Welcome back to the deep dive. Okay, let's jump right in today. We're talking about academic pressure, that heavy feeling, right?
That weight of expectations.
Yeah, and those thoughts like, if I don't get an A, I'm a failure. Or feeling like everyone expects too much, maybe even that, I'm just not smart enough.
It's incredibly common. So, in this deep dive, we really want to unpack why that pressure builds up and, more importantly, how you can actually cope with it. Look beyond just the grades.
Okay, so where does it even come from? Why is there so much pressure around school and grades? It feels sort of systemic.
Well, a big part of it is this message, that society sends linking grades directly to future success. Like getting into a quote unquote good college determines your whole life path.
Right, this very narrow definition of what success looks like. And that gets amplified, I bet.
It does. Think about social media, too. You see everyone's highlights, their acceptances, their perfect
Oh,
scores.
totally. The highlight reel
Hmm.
makes it easy to...
Exactly. It skips the messy parts, the struggles,
Hmm.
and that feeds this false idea that failing one test somehow means you're failing at life. It's just not true, but the pressure makes it feel true.
Yeah, it really does. And that leads to some pretty intense feelings, doesn't it? Like the fear of letting people down.
Absolutely. That fear of disappointing parents, teachers, even yourself.
Yeah.
It's huge. And then there's the constant comparison game with classmates.
Seeing what others are doing and measuring yourself against it.
Right. And it can really start to feel like your self-worth is completely tied up in your grades. It's important to recognize, though, that feeling this way under pressure is, well, it's normal, but those feelings don't define who you are.
Okay, so recognizing the feelings is one thing. But what happens if this pressure just keeps building and building and you don't find ways to manage it?
Well, the consequences can be pretty serious if it goes unchecked. We're talking burnout, just feeling completely drained and
Yeah,
unmotivated,
I've heard about that.
and anxiety, maybe even panic attacks for some. In really tough situations, the desperation might even lead to things like cheating. Or, sadly, some people get so overwhelmed they just disengage. They might give up on classes, maybe even drop out. And perhaps one of the saddest things is losing the actual joy of learning. Curiosity turns into dread.
That's a really stark picture.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's pivot. How can we actually deal with this? What are some healthy coping strategies?
A really fundamental shift is trying to redefine what success means to you, moving the focus from just the grade to like the process of learning itself, your growth,
Yeah.
what you're actually passionate
So
about.
instead of, what grade did I get? Maybe ask.
Ask, what did I actually learn here? Or how did I grow from
Yeah.
tackling this challenge? It reframes the whole experience.
I like that. It takes the power away from just the letter or number. What else, practically speaking?
Setting realistic goals is key. Look, it's okay not to excel at every single subject. Nobody does. Understand your strengths, know where you need to put in more effort, and set goals that are challenging, sure, but actually achievable, not setting yourself up for constant failure.
That makes sense. Manageable steps.
Exactly. And this one's huge. Talk about it. Share how you're feeling with people you trust. Parents, a teacher, a school counselor, friends. Just getting it out there lifts a massive weight.
Yeah, bottling it up definitely doesn't help. Just voicing the anxiety can make it feel less overwhelming.
Totally. And please, prioritize your mental health. Seriously, no grade is worth sacrificing your well-being over. That means, trying to get enough sleep, eating decent food, taking actual breaks.
Finding things that make you laugh. Getting outside.
Yes, all of that. Laughter, moving your body. Finding balance isn't some luxury you add on if you have time. It's crucial for building a strong, sustainable future, way beyond just academics.
Okay, one more thing on coping.
Oh, right. Celebrate your effort. Acknowledge the hard work, the perseverance, especially when things were tough. Pushing through a challenge, sticking with something difficult that is a massive achievement, regardless of the final score.
That's really good advice. Effort over outcome sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try a quick action right now for everyone listening.
Yeah, let's do it. Take a second and think of, say, 3 things you're proud of yourself for that have nothing to do with grades or test scores.
Okay, like maybe helping out a friend who was having a rough time.
Perfect. Or maybe you finished reading a book you were into, or learned a new skill, or even just got through a really tough day. Anything that reflects your character, your effort, your interests.
It's a good exercise to remember.
Remember that you are so much more than your grades. Your value isn't tied to your transcript.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
so important to hear that because growing up, navigating all these expectations, it's genuinely hard.
Mhm.
And you don't have to do it alone.
Not at all. So, maybe a final thought to take away. Spend a little time this week thinking about what success really looks like for you on your own terms, and then maybe identify just one small concrete step you can take to prioritize your well-being over just chasing that external academic validation.
One small step. That sounds doable. Keep shining your inner light, everyone. Thanks for diving deep with us today.